Hi, I'm Dux. I asked fellow Microsoft partners on how we can best take advantage of social media to grow our business. Let's hear what they have to say.
So my name is Richard Harbridge. I do a lot of professional speaking. I work for a company called All In Consulting in Massachusetts, and we use actually social media a lot. We actually don't have a classic marketing department. We use social technologies, social communication, social concepts to do pretty much all of our marketing. So I'll use a lot of that for my emphasis. The first thing I would say is that if you're talking about social media, one of the big aspects is having a social presence. So if you have, Facebook pages, if you have Twitter handles, if you have references to your products and other things in the social indexes, if you will, then that allows people to find you in there. It allows people to reference you and your products there. It also allows you to start to collect feedback on competitors and market and other things, especially from a product perspective. But even if you're a services firm, which most partners probably are, most are SIs, and we use it a lot because we want to understand what are people searching for, what are they using, right? Basically taking it one step further than your classic website and looking at all these other channels as well and sort of building that in. I would say another piece of that is if you're building material in your website and material that's going to help engage the community, that's far more beneficial than you giving marketing and other benefits, right? So if you have a website where you have like sort of a knowledge base, which many SIs now do, that's a very, very good way to engage the community. It's a way to show your expertise, but of course it's also a way for people to get benefit of actually finding you and working with you and so on and so forth. I guess the second two ones, and I'll briefly go over the one, is like social collaboration, which is the idea of, so I work with nothingbutSharePoint.com a lot, and what we do, a lot of those types of community engagements, is we'll get together and we'll have a common goal, right? So in some cases it's end user certification, some cases it might be SharePoint standards, whatever it happens to be. So we're working together and we build all this material, and that's social collaboration, right? So as an organization, you might work with other organizations, consortiums, things like that, partnerships, or you might work with individuals, right? Maybe of some of your clients even, if you're in a specific industry. And of course it does change by industry. And then the last one I would say, and this is my personal favorite, and I think it's the most powerful, is when you start to deal with social networking. And what I mean by that is we all connect with people, right? And when you're in sales, let's take the typical sales cycle. If I'm a salesperson, right, the biggest reason that I'm going to sell someone, whether it's on services, whether it's on product or something else, is that I make a human connection with someone, right? We have common pain points, we have some common issues. And because we make that human connection, we're able to have a higher closure rate, we're able to generate a better relationship, and we're able to actually generate better client and customer satisfaction because, we're more aware and we have a nicer open channel for discussion, transparency, those types of benefits. So if you take that and you sort of, exponentially increase it, there's a couple approaches. You could have an evangelist. Many SharePoint organizations or partners, at least in our Microsoft space, are getting into this, let's hire an evangelist or let's build up an evangelist internally, and we use that as our catalyst for a lot of that social networking. Some of them are using their whole staff, so they're just giving incentives and other programs, and what that ends up doing is it creates greater brand awareness, it creates better expertise within the organization because of course the more people you know, the more tacit knowledge and experience and other things you have ability to leverage. As an example, I contact MCMs, MVPs and all that every day because there's tons that I still don't know, right, when I do my daily work. So very, very, very useful for that. And I guess the last one is if you just think of the sales potential, right? If I take simple networking opportunities where it's a conference like the one we're at now, or whether it's online, by creating that human connection with people, by actually caring, and you really do, it can't be fake, it can't be a facade, it has to be real caring, where you want to make that trusted advisor level scenario where you want to actually be trusted. You need to say, here's some advice, here's some useful information, here's something that benefits you, and not expect anything in return. It's the act of giving, right? It's the art of giving, right? By doing that effectively, you're going to find you're going to get higher and higher and higher returns, and obviously a very, very strong channel. And I call that the human pipeline, if you will. So it's pretty interesting.
Great. Thank you so much for that insight.
Thank you.
Bye.